Let's go. Who with me? Let's do a sound check real fast. Thanks for being here. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. Had a phone call, had some things I had to take care of. Carolyn Smith, I will be explaining some things today. I'm just curious, is Carolyn Smith, are you a Steeler fan? Did I find out something like, did I find some CSI stuff? Are you a Steeler fan or something? You sure came to the defense awfully fast. I'm just curious. Don't let me find out that you are a Steeler fan. Don't let me find out. Ship on there. You know what I'm saying? Shit about to change if I find out you a Steeler fan. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I love the NFL. I'm a fan of the NFL. I spend my money on the NFL. I study the NFL. I enjoy the NFL, and I'm here for it. I can't wait for the playoffs to start this weekend. But I'm going to be watching my first NFL game this year in Atlanta because we're driving down to Atlanta pretty much right after the show because I'm going down to watch my Buckeye, my Ohio State, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Oh snap, she just admitted that bullshit. She just admitted, damn right I'm a Steeler fan, and she had the nerve, the audacity, the gall to put black and yellow hearts. We about to fall all the way out. I didn't know that, Roz. I didn't know that, Tanika. I didn't know she was a Steeler fan. Yes, shit about to change with her. You better be lucky I'm in a good mood, but shit about to change. I see you in a whole new light now. But now let me explain something to you, if I may, Carolyn. It actually was a compliment. It wasn't something that I was like kind of, dumping dirt on the Steelers. See, I have to admit something. This is not going to be easy for me to, well, it ain't that hard to say. I think I've said it before. I'm not a Steeler fan, but I'm a Mike Tomlin fan. I am a Mike. You know what? It's almost like being like a fan of a particular chef that work in a restaurant that you just won't go into because you just don't like the way they do business. You don't like their history. You don't like how they treat their customers. But one of your favorite chefs or somebody that you like their food, but they work where you just won't go. That's my relationship. That's my relationship with Mike Tomlin. I don't have a personal. I'm just saying that's how I feel. I don't like the Pittsburgh Steelers only because they're in our division. They've never done anything to make me, not like them other than beat my team. I used to respect Lynn Swann, and I still do. Lynn Swann and Terry Bradshaw, Franco Harris. Shit, I know a lot of the players. I know a lot about them. One of my favorite teams growing up, it was the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers until I understood what the brackets in the division. I like Houston Oilers too. Who are in the Colts, or maybe the Colts. But anyway, I used to like the Houston Oilers back in the day. And they are well. But I didn't know anything about, I didn't know anything about that when I was a little boy watching football. I didn't know the game as far as, I didn't know. But as I learned, I understood that these teams are in my division, in the Cincinnati Bengal division. So now I grew a little ill feel for them. So every time they beat us, it knocks us out of an opportunity to go to the conference championship. So I didn't really know how the alignment of the NFL or football really was. I didn't know. But I'm going to honestly, openly tell you, I'm a Mike Tomlin fan. Look at his record. Damn. Who wouldn't want to coach? So now what a lot of people didn't understand, and I was wrong because I got this posting. Let me show you what I got so I can not necessarily clean this up, but so y'all will understand how hyped I was when I got this. You know how you get a ping on your phone, like information, like didn't, 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 didn't. I got this little ping on my phone. And I was actually on the phone when I got it. So I didn't get to it right away. So it fell into the thing. So I pulled it back, I swiped my phone, the screen, so it'd go get the information. And the information looked like it came from Cincinnati.com. You know how I'm on the notification list of Cincinnati.com on my phone. And I'm thinking what I'm about to show you came from Cincinnati.com when in fact it came from like IG or something, and I didn't realize it. So this is what showed up. Let me show you this. This is what hit my phone when I went to go get my message. Let me see if this, yeah, here it is right here. Fired, breaking news. Now, y'all know Adam Schefter is a well-known guy. So I'm under the impression that Cincinnati.com got this information and they posted it. Now, I'm wrong. I don't have a problem telling you that I'm wrong. I got the information through my phone, and I'm thinking, yes, they fired him. First of all, I should have known better because Pittsburgh don't really fire coaches. They tend to part ways. They give you 20 years. They cash out the 401k. They get a severance package, and they're well taken care of. Like, I've only known them to have 3 coaches in all the years that I've been alive. So you got to understand how I got this information. I was excited. I know that sounds crazy because when a man gets fired, why would you be happy about that? First of all, if this man hits the market, he'll have a job. All he has to do is call somebody and say, I want that job. He's probably going to get it. If he interviewed for any NFL job, maybe other than the Cowboys, because Jerry Jones is just different. Jerry wants somebody. I don't think Mike Tomlin would go coach Jerry Jones because Mike Tomlin is a winner and he is going to do what he wants to do. Jerry Jones wants you to do what he wants him to do. He gonna run the show. Mike Tomlin ain't going for that. So let me explain to you guys what I seen. This is what I seen. Adam Schefter is an information. He is a guy in the media that I respect, and but I guess anybody could make this. But now let me explain what my post was. My post was wait a minute, let me read it so I'll get it right on point. All right, got it in front of me. Wyatt Live News. Steelers fire head coach Mike Tomlin with a question mark. And I said, wow, get him on the phone right now, Bengals. I wasn't purposely trying to spread false news. Matter of fact, I think I was so excited and I was moving so fast. I'm like, oh yeah, right, bro, get everybody up out that joint. Fire everybody and bring Mike Tomlin to the Bengals. Get him on the phone. Because I've always, and I've said this on the show before, I don't have to lie about this. I am a Mike Tomlin fan. Look at his record. Here's what it is. The sole purpose of a head coach, he's not calling plays. He's not doing all of that. He's a motivator of men. He's a locker room coach. He's a locker room guy. He's a sideline, get it together type of guy. He's the type of guy that these guys will play hard for. That's why I said that. Now, let me just say this. Let me just say this to you. Any Who Dey fan, which I'm one of the biggest, any Cincinnati Bengal fan who would come on the air or come out here and say in an open forum that if we had an opportunity as Bengals to get Mike Tomlin and they said, nah, we don't want him, we wouldn't take him, hell no, not him, they're lying. What? Dominique don't know. She said, Wyatt, you're being so disrespectful of my Bengals right now. We don't want him. See, 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 see what I'm saying? You're the 8-year-old Wyatt that don't understand football yet. You don't understand the alignment. You don't understand what it really takes to win. You just want to win, and you think you just put guys out on the field and throw the ball and go try to score a touchdown. No, I wish we had Mike Tomlin when the Steelers was playing him, when we were playing the Steelers and we had Marvin Lewis. Here we go. Now, Black Popeye done got in here right at the minute of me talking about what I'm talking about. And he must think that I have not come to the conclusion that Mike Tomlin has not been released yet or have not been released at all. So I'm tripping. Unless you telling me, Black Popeye, that I'm tripping because I would want Mike Tomlin as the Cincinnati Bengal coach, then you're really not following this conversation too well. So before you criticize me and tell me I'm tripping, hold on to listen a little bit longer to the conversation before you say I'm tripping. Let me ask you, are you a Bengal fan? Are you a Who Dey fan? Are you a Bengal fan? I know you are. But here's my question to you outside of that. If Mike Tomlin was available tomorrow and they let Zach go, would you want the Bengals to interview and hire Mike Tomlin? Scott Bain said his contract, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean a damn thing. Trying to tell me coaches don't get fired before their contract is up? No, bro. That contract is just a piece of paper to pretty much cover the things while he's there. And soon as one side doesn't really agree with the other side, they both have addendums in the contract that they can both be released. He can quit before 2027. He can be fired before 2027. There were 4 or 5 head coaches fired this year. 2 of them was on their first year of a 3-year contract. Like Popeye said, we already had a Steelers coach, so no. All right, you ain't had a Steelers coach that had the winning percentage as Mike Tomlin. You ain't never got a head coach from the Pittsburgh Steelers that was a Super Bowl champion. We ain't never got that. Thank you, Fame. Fame Rothstein said, I'd take Mike Tomlin in a second. So would I. If Tomlin was fired by Pittsburgh, he would be unemployed for 90 seconds at the most. The first time the man's phone ring, it'll be his agent saying, where do you want to go? Do you want to go to Chicago? How about that nice Miami job? He ain't on the hot seat, but you can have that job. Show me a team that wouldn't take Mike Tomlin. I'll be honest with you. I think that the only team that has a coaching vacancy right now that wouldn't take Mike Tomlin is Dick LeBeau. Yeah, you might have a point there. I don't know if he won a Pittsburgh. I don't know if he won a Super Bowl with Pittsburgh though. Maybe he did. I don't know. But he was a defensive coordinator. But that being said, Mike Tomlin could go almost anywhere he want to go other than maybe Dallas. And that's because he wouldn't want to go to Dallas. That would be his choice. Jerry Jones would hire him. But I don't think Mike Tomlin would go to Pittsburgh. But you got to be drunk or not understand football, NFL football, if you wouldn't take Mike Tomlin if he was available. I would look. We got a defensive coordinator position available. Even if he wanted to just go to like coach defense, I'd be like, get him, because Zach might not last. I don't know if Zach is going to last because Zach is calling offensive plays. I don't know if he's gonna last, y'all. You can't have that arsenal and come up short. Can't do it. And the fact that we lose too many games at the beginning of the season, games that we shouldn't lose, like to the New England Patriots, he's not a locker room dude, bro. There's a new show on television. I don't know how many of you guys have seen this. There's a new show on television. I believe it's on HBO because I've watched it a couple times. It's Hard Knocks, but it's in the NFC conference, and they're covering the Bengals, the Browns, the Steelers, and Baltimore. They're covering those teams. It's a great show. In the locker room, it's behind the scenes, out on the field, the whole nine. I'm looking at the difference of how Zach Taylor is interacting with his players versus Mike Tomlin. There's your big difference right there. You understand what I'm saying? The way he deals with his players, Mike Tomlin is probably one of the best coaches in the NFL. I don't know what his X's and O's look like, but I know what his L's and his W's look like. And that's what I judge him off of. So you got to be crazy if you're a Bengal fan and you say that Mike Tomlin is not a good coach. Now, keep in mind, I don't really rock with the Steelers. Fame said, I disagree. This is going to end it with the football talk because I'm ready to get back on subject. I'm short today on time because we're going down to Atlanta. We're going to the national championship game. My Buckeyes. I'll try to go live from down there or whatever. I don't know, man, but my partner's down there waiting on me, and we're going to have some fun. And I want to explain something to you guys about how they did us on the hotels in Atlanta. Y'all going to trip when I tell you this one, but it's the truth, all right? Check it out. Fame says, I disagree. Tomlin would go to Dallas. There's only 32 jobs available. And while the owner is a jerk, Dallas is a highly covered job. It's Dallas. You're right, Fame. Partially. The end of your comment is correct. The first part of your comment is not. The only reason why I say that is this. If this was the only job available, maybe, but it's not the only job available. Mike Tomlin, if he was asked to do that job, if he had the job, if the job was offered to him, but he had other options, nah, bro. Chicago got a new stadium coming in. They're in the rebuilding. They got a 2-year quarterback, a quarterback that's in his second year. His first year, he'll be going into his second year. You can rebuild there. Chicago, bro, if you win in Chicago, they're going to turn up. It's going to be just as big, maybe not as big as Dallas, but it's going to be just as big as Pittsburgh. You best believe that, bigger than Pittsburgh. Here's why I say he had too much to deal with in Dallas. First of all, you got to deal with Jerry Jones, which is horrible. And I would love to take credit for what I'm about to say, but I can't. Because I heard a former Bengal say this, and I have to repeat it. And I don't want to come off as a genius because I'm stealing this from somebody. It was such a valid point that I have to repeat it. But one thing about that Dallas Cowboy job is it's a dead-end job. It's a dead-end job. Name a coach that coached the Dallas Cowboys that ended up coaching another team once he was let go, fired, left there, retired from it. It's the ceiling. It's the pinnacle of the jobs, I guess. I don't know if Jerry Jones gets you blackballed or whatever, but Fame, name a coach that coached the Dallas Cowboys. Bill Parcells, all of them. The dude that's the commentator, I don't remember his name, used to coach the Jets, went to Dallas. Name a head coach from the Dallas Cowboys, left the Cowboys, and ended up with another coaching job. Let me go to the phone line real fast. I'm going to talk about what we're going to talk about after this phone call, I promise. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
This is a Cincinnati King. I'm calling in about Mike Tomlin, your subject.
Yes, what's going on? CK, what's good, bro?
Yes, sir. I'm a lifelong Bengals and Falcons fan. It's funny that you're headed to Atlanta. I'm a Falcons fan because I was raised down there. I went to high school there, but I was born in Cincinnati, so I'm a die Bengals fan. But far as Mike Tomlin goes, we're looking at the greatest coach ever to coach in the NFL. His name is Mike Tomlin, and he's rather young to accomplish such a feat. There's not a coach greater than Mike Tomlin. Look at his resume. He has the credentials. He has the Super Bowl. He has it all. And this is coming from a Cincinnati Bengals fan. Yeah, there's no bias. There's no bias at all.
Okay, I respect that comment. I don't necessarily agree with it, CK, but he's up there.
That's great. Name somebody better. Name somebody better.
Name somebody better?
Name somebody better.
Okay. I can probably, it's a few. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Who was the...
You can't name none of them.
Yes, I can.
Bruce Lee. He's Bruce Lee. He's Muhammad Ali. He's Bob Marley.
You're going off, bro.
I'm tired of this stuff. You're not going to keep taking credit from Tomlin because he's a rival of the Bengals. Give that black man his credit.
Wait a minute, brother. Wait a minute, bro. Did you hear my entire conversation, or was you on hold just on blank, not hearing anything I said?
You didn't say it was Michael Jackson, the head coaches in the NFL.
He's not.
You didn't give him his credit.
He's not. He's not the best.
Name a better coach, sir.
You don't think the coach of the New England Patriots, when he was coaching with, you don't think that
Who you saying, Bill Belichick?
Yeah, you don't think
Bill Belichick?
You don't think
with the Cleveland Browns? You think I remember that motherfucker losing? You thought I forgot in Cleveland? Yeah, he got his ass whooped.
Okay.
You don't think I saw him losing with the Patriots?
Wait a minute.
Don't act like the motherfucker ain't lost.
Hold on,
Tomlin
bro.
has never lost. It's not no competition.
Oh, who got more Super Bowls?
The belly fan, and who has more cheating?
But how do you gauge a person's success?
He's a cheater. Huh?
How do you gauge a person's success? Is it because you like them, or is it because of the silverware that they bring?
Hold on, I'm giving you facts, so I have integrity.
I don't.
If you don't get your dumb ass out the street, this motherfucker walking in the street, my bad.
Straighten your integrity out. Now you talking to them kids over there.
No, it was a grown man walking through the street. I ain't about to catch no manslaughter. But look, this fool has never lost in his life. Undefeated. Money Mayweather. That's unprecedented. What my facts is based. Belichick can't fuck with Tomlin. Yes, it's a good race. But look at it. He has 7 Super Bowls. He has 3 losses, sir. 2 to Eli Manning. Now, how many Super Bowl losses does Tomlin have, sir? I'll wait.
Well, first of all, you got to get to the Super Bowl to get those losses. He hasn't won a playoff game in 8 years. CK?
How many Super Bowls does he have, sir?
1.
There it is.
So wait a minute. How many does Bill Belichick have?
7.
So that's like saying that 1 is better than 7, and that just didn't add up to me. And what is it? What is a Super Bowl called? It's a what?
Hold on, sir.
A championship trophy. Jimmy, he ain't even really Jimmy Jones, bro. He on that level of maybe like a Jimmy Jones that got a good career.
Sir.
What?
How
you gonna listen, bro?
I got you by the collar right now. You're about to lose. Listen what you're saying. He has 7 wins, 3 losses. We have a scandal. We have a deflate gate bait. So that means how many Super Bowls did you win with cheating, sir? So now throw your whole fucking career out the window. Tomlin wins by default. You fucking, who are you? You're a cheater. We don't even know how good you were. Mayweather never touched it positive. If he did, his whole career would be in question. And you know this. 50-0 stands. Bill Belichick 7 Super Bowls does not stand because he was called Deflategate. I win the debate, sir. Now, unless you have a rebuttal.
All I can say is the Steelers had a rapist as a quarterback. He should have went to jail. He should have went to jail. And they let him off because his name was Ben Roethlisberger, and they didn't call it. So you finished? You still want to debate? You still want to go? Because I got some more. You talking about cheating and disrespectful and illegal and all this old shit? Have we forgot? Have we forgot that y'all won with AB over there too? Antonio Brown, who was knocking cats off, who was beating the police up out in the street and looking the other way, and they were still letting him play. Do we forget about the rapist was enough to shut this conversation down, sir?
Right. Hey, you almost
See, just because you're loud don't mean you're right, bro.
Hey, you almost got a knockout with that.
No, nigga. No, CK. You on the ropes. It's an 8 count. Your legs still bobbling and wobbling. I don't think you're going to get up after that one.
I had to bring out the big guns. Why you say, hold on, you know I do this for a living now. I
don't know. But listen, CK, let me say this to you, bro. I don't know if you heard the beginning of what I said about Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin is one of my favorite coaches. I said that if Mike Tomlin was let go, I need Mike Tomlin on the phone. I need him to be picked up by the Bengals. Now, you're a Bengal fan, right?
You know we together.
Okay. So you being a Bengal fan, would you, and I know how hard you just said he the GOAT, so this is a dumbass question. But if Tomlin was available right now, wouldn't you as a Bengal fan be like, get him on the phone, let's get him in town, let's get him? Wouldn't you take him as the Bengal coach?
Oh, man. Yeah, you're right.
That was my whole argument.
Yep. I mean, I like Zach, but he's not what it takes. We have to have some color involved. As you see, just me and you debating, just our expertise with the Bengals would help them win, right? If they hire Wyatt or if they hire CK, they would win more, and they would be more of a threat than not. You know what I'm saying? Not including us is hurting them.
Bruh,
right?
Let me say this to you. If we had Mike Tomlin, we would sweep the Steelers every year. Because he ain't going to lose to the Steelers.
I'm saying if they had Wyatt and CK, we would win the Super Bowl
shit, bro. They might as well just go ahead and engrave the trophy like right now for the next 3 years.
That's what I'm saying. Because you see, the knowledge you was given, that's why I had to call in. I'm like, hold up, he's talking about my cat, my Tomlin.
Yeah, but I think as cool as we are, you and I, CK, we can agree, but we ain't agreeing on everything because I don't think Mike Tomlin, as much as I like him, I don't think he's the greatest coach of all time. You called him the GOAT.
But I will say to this. He's in the argument. As long as you could be in the argument with Belichick, you're the great. That's all I'm saying. If you can compare me to Muhammad Ali, I already won. So if Tomlin can be compared to Belichick, he's already the great. That's what I try to tell people. If you could be in the conversation with Iverson, you are the greatest.
Okay.
Kyrie Irving is in the conversation with, so he's already the great. So it's not about who's the best between Michael Jordan and LeBron. They both the greatest.
I buy that.
It's not about who the best. They both the best.
I buy that. You could definitely say that they the greatest of their era. You see what I'm saying? You could definitely say that. And I think that's a fair argument. Go ahead, bro.
But Wyatt, this is the part you're going to have problems with. When I say the greatest of all time, he's never had a losing season. That's unprecedented. That's going to be hard. You can't find nobody can fuck with the brother on that.
No, that's strong. That's strong. But keep in mind, breaking even is considered a winning season. So if you go,
so I can keep my job, cuz.
Right. If you go 8-8, if you go 8-8, yeah. And it's been very few years that he's never made the playoffs, if any. I don't know if he's never made it. I don't, but so he deserves. Look, that's why he's still there. Okay. I don't think that. Look, I was tripping, bro. I seen that, and I might as well have just been sniffing angel dust. It hit my phone, and my head was spinning. And CK, you should have seen the hate I got from them Steeler fans because they thought I was trying to be funny. I wasn't. My post clearly said Mike Tomlin got fired by the Steelers with a question mark. And I said, get him on the phone right now, Bengals. That's not an insult to me. That's showing him respect. No. Well, a flyer, a post came by my phone. And it said breaking news from Adam Schefter. You know Adam Schefter from the columnist. Yeah. And somebody put that out there. And I was under the impression that it came from Cincinnati.com because it pinged on my phone. I was on my phone. So when I went to go retrieve it, the article came up, but I thought it came up in my Cincinnati.com my Cincinnati.com portion of the phone. And that's not what happened. See what I'm saying? It came through like IG. And you can get a lot of false information on IG. People put out fake posts and stuff like that. And I didn't really see it that way. I thought it came from Cincinnati.com, and that made it official because Cincinnati.com ain't gonna post something like this without at least doing a thorough check. So some sources, some sources are reliable enough for me to look at and just go ahead and go with the information. And I kind of look at Cincinnati.com that way. So I was under the impression. So I don't want people thinking I was wishing bad on him. I was like, shit, if he gone, get him here. He's still young.
Right.
He a good coach.
But like you said, it's not the Bengals organization. You must blame the fans. The fans are ridiculous. These fans are blaming the Chiefs. I don't give a damn about the Chiefs. We have to be self-accountable. I took a loss last night. It's on me. I can't blame nobody for my loss. I'm the one fucked up. So the Bengals fucked up the Patriots. Like you said, they lost the opening game. You should have won that. You win that, you're in the playoffs. So what the fuck is you blaming the Chiefs for? They only got one loss. They don't care about losing the last game. That's why you win. We make too many excuses. It's not the Chiefs' responsibility to win.
I had to get the CK thing wound up in my head. You talking about the final game where, the Chiefs could have, if they would have beat Denver, we would have been in probably in the playoffs.
There it is.
Okay, I see what you're
saying. So
saying.
now we got beef for them. Now we want to invest. Then we want to snitch. We want to investigate. Call the police. Oh, bitch ass on a call. Man, that's old sucker stuff. Okay. I want to investigate. I think they threw the game. So we threw the game against the Patriots. Okay. So they threw it. We threw it.
I hear.
See how the finger keep pointing right back at you. Yeah. I'm about to. Hey, but like I said, I took the loss. I like your platform. I'm praying for the family, like you said. Keep being a great father and everything, man. I appreciate you, homie.
All right, I understood that. Thank you, CK. Appreciate you engaging with us. I understood that last part. That other shit, I was kind of trying to catch up. CK be a few things, like his mind moves faster than his lips sometimes. Like he be thinking something, but he already talking about something else. So what he thinking about, he incorporates in his conversation that's spitting out his mouth. We ain't got to, we can't read your mind, CK. So what you talking about sometimes is the shit that you was thinking about, and we ain't been put on with that thought yet. So it kind of get a little puzzled, and we got to put the pieces together. That's kind of, I understand, man. It's very hard to look. I appreciate everybody that called, because it take a whole lot to get on these shows and express your opinions and to say things and not care how people feel about what you talking about. Like some people get embarrassed and they rather just sit back and listen to other people's opinions and then, agree or disagree or whatever. And that's cool. I'm like that too. I used to be. I don't call shows. I don't do all that type of stuff. Sometimes I just listen. I fall back and I just listen. Sometimes I want to know why people feel the way they feel. So if I listen to them long enough, I kind of figure it out. Like CK was talking about, he took a loss and don't blame the Chiefs and blah, 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 blah. And like, I wasn't really thinking like he was thinking at that moment. But the more I let him talk, I start figuring it out. Oh, you talking about since the Kansas City Chiefs lost 38-0 to the Denver Broncos, you know what I mean? That kept us out of the playoffs. That's not what kept us out of the playoffs. We had too much to try to do to get to the playoffs as a Cincinnati Bengal fan. We had way too much to do. We had to win our last. We had to win out. We had to hope other teams, lost. It was just too much going on. It was just way too much going on. It was a slim shot. You get a 4% chance of making it to the playoffs. It improves every time you make one task happen, but you got to depend on somebody else for your success, for you to be successful, for you to go to the playoffs or something. Nah, I would rather have my own faith in my hand. I do that with almost everything. If I have to depend on you for me to do something, that's not a good situation for me. Football, life, anything. That's just me. I'm built like that. All right, so now let me get to something real fast because, like I said, I'm on my way to Atlanta this afternoon. Sean D. Nutter, I'll do my best. I seen that you put a message in here. I think you may have done it from YouTube. I think it was a while back. CK was talking, but I did read your comment. He said, "Let me know when you get to Atlanta. I'll try to hook up." Now, look, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. Boys trip. I know the wife be sick for me to say what I'm saying. I'm just saying this is the fellas. This is the Buckeye Boys Club Nation. We coming down to Atlanta here in a minute. I'll be on the road. You feel me? And let me just say something about how the A did me just now. Not just now. I wasn't gonna say anything about this because it tends to spark up conversations that we had before about Cincinnati hotels. But in Atlanta right now, it's hard to get a hotel. It's probably almost impossible to get a hotel for this weekend, this week, this weekend. Well, I booked mine when I knew we were going to the championship game. Matter of fact, I had already, because I was just under the assumption, well, if we don't win our game, against Texas, I'll just cancel, So I get my my booking done and everything at the hotel, and it was sold out. But then if I would have bought, I ended up getting it because of this. A friend of mine called me and he said, "Man, I can't get a room. Can you hook me up with your guy who get rooms?" I said, "Well, I'll do the best I can." I didn't have a problem. I'm there for 2-3 days. I didn't have a problem getting mine. I went right through. He said, "Yeah, but I'm only gonna stay for that one night." So I'm like, one night? Yeah, I'm gonna stay the game night. I'm gonna drive in. He's coming in from another city. He gonna drive in. We all gonna kick it on that Sunday. He said he'll come in on Sunday and stay the night, and then he'll go. And Fame said 4 men going to Atlanta to hang out. TF the F? Wyatt, I did know you were. Never mind. 4 men. What you talking about, bro? This is a what you mean by that? You don't have college buddies and y'all hang out and y'all do shit? You don't have friends that y'all kind of do certain shit without women? I'm just saying. Y'all don't like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't go to games and shit. You take your wife to football games all the time. I'm just asking. Cause that, like, I'm a Buckeye Nation boys club dude, bro. We like the games. I got my own room. I'm cool. That's the whole point of this conversation. Let me get what I'm saying. Fame will throw you off. Check this out. I had to buy a room block, 3 nights minimum or 2 nights minimum, I guess. I don't know. If you wasn't buying a block, they wouldn't sell you. They didn't have a room for you for one night. So you gotta wait a minute. What? Rod said, "Damn, Fame got this ninja speechless." Yeah, because it was a dumbass comment. You're right. It's a dumbass comment to make. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess that's what they do to try to throw you off your horse and shit. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, Fame on some bullshit. Look at that. He said, "Atlanta is homo heaven." Wyatt, stop being coy. So what? You got a problem with gay people? I don't have a problem with gay people. I don't have no problem with gay guys. That's silly. That's a silly comment. That's just absolutely silly that y'all say shit like that. To me. To me, that's just silly. That's dumb shit. Anyway, you end up having to buy a room block. Now, if somebody said that about Cincinnati, if somebody would have brought that argument up when we were talking about the rooms in Cincinnati, remember when we were talking, and I don't know who it was, but it was a regular caller that called in and said, Cincinnati rooms during black events only. And I was like, nah, that's not true. Because Taylor Swift, the rooms was sky high. The country singer, I can't think of his name, but that dude, I want to say Roy something or Zoe something. I don't know. The rooms were sky high. And then Alicia Reese went on the radio station, and when they were making those accusations, she cleared that up quickly. And who of anybody, if anybody would make sure that type of stuff is not happening in Cincinnati, I believe it would be Alicia Reese, because she had a problem when the TVs didn't work in the stadiums and stuff. She had a problem. So I mean, if she'll go hard because the TVs ain't working in the stadium, Garth Brooks, thank you, Stephen Speed. If she had a problem with that, she would have a problem if they was overcharging black folks to come to Cincinnati and stay in them hotels and not charging everybody else like that. Come on, stop. And she openly said that they've done a study. They investigated it. They've done a study on it and proved it not to be. So, I mean, now I don't know if they ever, maybe in that study, I don't know if they looked at it like how Atlanta do it. But I know in order to get a room and I don't want to even say a decent rate, because it's a market, it's a buyer, it's a seller's market when you have big events like this. And to stay in downtown Atlanta, I'm staying at the CNN, right at the CNN building. And well, it's not the CNN building, but it's next to the CNN building. That's as much information. I don't give my location like that, but you had to buy 2 to 3 nights. It was a block, a room block, a night block. So I don't know. Maybe they should look at that in Cincinnati. If you coming from Chicago or Detroit to Cincinnati during the Jazz Festival, can you get a room for just one night? Or do you have to buy? And that's something I don't know. I really don't know. Or do you have to buy a 2-night or a 3-night package if you're coming in from out of town? That might be something to look at. If they're abusing, if they're looking at it like, oh, if you're not staying here for 2 nights or 3 nights or better, which for me, I don't understand that. I don't understand it, because you're going to sell out. If it's me staying there 3 nights or 3 different people staying there night after night, you're gonna sell out. But I think they want guaranteed money. If they can get a person to book for 3 straight nights, that's probably better than them taking a chance of 3 different people and somebody canceling or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But hotels generally don't. In cities like Atlanta, they don't have problems selling their rooms. Atlanta is saturated. It's one of the largest convention centers, cities, especially in the South. And I plan on, Raven Man said, get a room 30 to 40 miles away from venue. See, the thing is with me on that, I don't mind. I'll be honest with you. You're right. It's cheaper to do it that way. But for me, I'm the type of individual, I don't mind paying for convenience. I don't mind paying for, I don't want to be sitting in traffic for 2 hours, because you're going to do that in Atlanta. You can't go anywhere in Atlanta and it take you less than an hour. I'm talking about somewhere of relevance. You might be able to go to your local neighborhood store. But I got a buddy who's a real estate agent in Atlanta, and he told me, well, another friend of mine who lives in Cincinnati, who was selling homes and properties down in Atlanta, he also told me, he said, one of the reasons why I left Atlanta is because you can only show one house a day. And I'm like, why is that? If you're a real estate agent in Cincinnati, shit, you can spend the whole day and show 10 homes. Because in the Cincinnati area, you're within 45 minutes of everywhere. You can leave downtown Cincinnati and be in Blue Ash within 45 minutes. You can be in Westchester within 45 minutes. You can be in Mason within 45 minutes. You could do that everywhere. In Atlanta, it's a minimum of damn near hour and a half everywhere you go because of traffic. So that hurts them in business. As a real estate agent, you might only be able to show 1 or 2 homes a day. That hurts their pocket. It's time consuming. So my buddy was like, yo, man, so when you say 30 or 40 minutes away, shit, that's that's still going to be expensive. You're going to have to go an hour and a half to 2 hours away, damn near half the distance of Cincinnati to Atlanta to get a room rate that's, reasonable. And the only reason why I say that is because it takes so long to get everywhere. Fame says Blue Ash from downtown is 17 minutes, no traffic. Exactly. You can get to your neighborhood store in 17 minutes in Atlanta. And if you have to get on the freeway, the expressway, bro, consider yourself stuck. I don't care where you're going. Consider yourself stuck. I want to talk about something. Yeah, so look at that. Look at the room blocks. Okay, look at the room blocks. Do they do that during Jazz Festival? I don't know. That might be a better argument than some of the arguments that I seen come up. They charging black folks more money downtown at the hotels than they charging everybody else because the Jazz Festival is guaranteed. They know they're gonna get that money. Nah, they charging everybody. They charging everybody. But you might want to look at the fact that look at the the night blocks. See if they doing that. I'm not sure. I've never stayed in a Cincinnati hotel more than one night. See what I'm saying? I've never had to. So I don't know, especially during Jazz Festival. Some people, I remember when we used to get hotel rooms during Jazz Festival, back in my dumbass days when I didn't know any better, spending money and I could have went home or whatever. You know, you want to be home and, you know, I mean, you want to be in the mix of everything. Yeah, I remember those days. But anyway, I want to bring up something real fast for those that really care to listen. I only got a few more minutes. I got about 15 minutes. I'm getting on the road here in a minute. I'm going to drive down to Atlanta. But those LA fires. Oh, the shooting on Coleraine. Make sure y'all check that out. I'm hearing rings. That's somebody that I know. That's some people that I know. I didn't know the individual, the one that they're talking about, the family member. I didn't know the young man. But I know his people. And I'm starting to see a lot of RIPs from people that I know. And there's, this is a family member of them. So guys, keep your head on a swivel out here. You don't have to be mixed up in anything to get shot out here. I hear that it was a targeted situation. In other words, it was somebody that they were going after. And if you in the way, you can get it too. You know what I'm saying? Like you just happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. You could have been in the parking lot of Walgreens. This interfered with 3 businesses on Coleraine Avenue. Walgreens, Popeyes, and I think the Lenscraft. There was another business there. I'm not quite sure what it was, but it interfered with 3 businesses. They had to shut those 3 businesses down during this incident, the cleanup, witnesses taking cameras down, the whole 9. So, and I'm just gonna be honest and say it. Like I said it yesterday. I don't go to Coleraine. I don't go on Coleraine. Coleraine is way different than it was when I was walking and talking, going to the mall, going to the Popeyes. I remember that Popeye. I know the Popeye. I know exactly where this place is. Matter of fact, they done a whole transformation in that area. And I haven't been in one of those businesses since they've done it. I remember when they were building that Cheddar's right across the street from where the shooting went on. I've never stepped foot in that Kroger's across the street over there. Didn't that shooting happen over in Kroger's? That man who ran into Kroger's and started shooting at the police and he ran inside the Kroger's? That's the same area, the same block. You could take a rock and throw from the Popeyes where this shooting happened and throw it over where the other shooting happened when the guy over the summertime was shooting at the police and ran into the Kroger's. I ain't got no business over there. There's no space, no place, I have no business in an area that got that type of activity. And our children don't either. Dunkin' Donuts. Thank you, John Ludd. It was Dunkin' Donuts. Those were the 3 businesses. Popeyes, Dunkin' Donuts, and what is that? Popeyes? Oh, Walgreens. What? Oh, what's up, E-Man? He said, ain't no S in, what did I say? Did I put an S on something? Oh, I must have said Kroger's. You don't like that. Did I say Kroger's or Kroger? you say some shit that some people be like, you say some things too that just aren't really proper. We all do. I think it's a memory. I think it's a thing like a, you know, I'll be honest and tell you one of mine. I'll tell you one of my pet peeve words. Fitna. I think because I got an ass whooping all the time when I said that from my mother. But I hate when people say I'm finna do something. I know what it means. I know what people mean. But I think since my mama used to hit me in the head all the time with that it kind of bothers me to this day. I think it's trauma. I think it's trauma. Since you're here, I want to address something that you spoke about. I think let's talk about this wildfire thing and insurance real fast. I want to pose a question to you, if you want to call. I got about 10 minutes left. If you want to call, we can have a discussion. It's not really a big deal. I just want to tell you something that I feel is not fair that's coming from the insurance company that I don't think is fair. But it's not necessarily the insurance company's fault. It is policy. Let me ask you something. This goes for everybody, not just E. If you live in an area, if you live in Cincinnati and you live in Forest Park, is that fair? I'm just thinking of a place. If you live in Forest Park and there's a lot of break-ins going on. There's been a lot of break-in cars. And the insurance company is starting to go up on your premium because of the activity in the community. Now you're a higher risk. You're a higher risk at this insurance company. So they want you to pay XYZ amount of money more per month so they will cover you. But you've been paying to live in that area for 15 years. You've been paying that insurance company with no claims for 10 years. No claims whatsoever. You just basically been giving them money to insure you without any claims. So then one day they send you a notice after 10 years of no claims and says your insurance policy is canceled. It's not because you didn't pay your premium. It's not because you're not a good customer. It's because the city of Cincinnati, and this is just a hypothetical because instead of the city of Cincinnati, it's really the government. But I'm going to use the city of Cincinnati just to make my point. The city of Cincinnati tells Progressive Insurance Company, you can't go up on their insurance in Forest Park. We're not going to allow you to do that. Now, you've been paying on your insurance premium for 10 years, incident free. What happened to my 10 years of money? You don't feel cheated that you were paying all this premium all this time? And then when things got to a point where it was becoming more aggressive and it was becoming more probable that you were going to have an incident in your car or your home, you don't feel like that insurance company that you've been patronizing and giving your money to for the last 10 years should be there for you? And if that means I got to pay an extra $20 a month, then I should have that option to pay that $20 a month. You as an insurance company shouldn't just be able to drop me. But the only reason why the insurance company dropped me is not because they didn't want to charge me more. They wanted to charge me more and they would give me the service that I'm paying for. But they dropped me because the city, the regulations told them you can't charge them more. So if I can't charge that client more, then I'm just going to drop them. You can't stop me from dropping them. You can only stop me from charging them more. So I'm going to drop them. You think that's fair? That's the government or the city getting in the way. Give me the option to pay my higher premium. But if they drop me, I have no options. So yeah, there is a thing. Now, here's what I want you to understand. When I use this as an example, let's put it in proper perspective. Let's go to the people who lost their homes in California. The government stepped in. See, y'all don't understand this government thing is too much of a reach. Y'all don't see it that way. And then when you sometimes have to blame who you have to blame, then you even get further away from it being a real issue. Truth of the matter is the policies in California suck. And they told those people, they told insurance companies in that they knew the risk. The insurance companies knew the risk a year ago that it was getting more probable that this was going to happen. So the government allowed the insurance companies to drop the people instead of allowing them to charge the people more money and then giving the people the option to say, I'm not going to pay that high premium. I'm not going to pay it. I'll go with a different company or I'll go uninsured. But when they drop you, you don't have an option. They just dropped you. So after 15, 10 years of paying homeowners insurance in that same location, now you didn't gave them all this premium all this time and you have no coverage. They can just walk away. How fair is that? It should have never been that way. Now here's the play. Here go the play. Did y'all see what Gavin Newsom said? I know y'all gonna think, here I am kicking it for what they call me. I'm kicking it for the Republicans. No, this is a bipartisan argument. This is an argument for the people. California governor is up here talking about we about to do some things. We got some developers coming in. The people that did not have insurance don't have the money to rebuild. Now they showing y'all all those nice homes. They showing you all the multi, because that's the big story. Multi-million-dollar mansions burning up because that's juicy story. But what about Veronica? What about the people that's just middle class and just, or some people that's barely making it? Do you know what real estate costs in California? A house that's $250,000 in Cincinnati, Ohio. A house in Forest Park could be close to $1 million in California, square footage wise. So explain to me how it's fair that the insurance companies can walk away after serving you for 10 years. And then when the risk becomes higher, they can just walk away from you and you have no options of paying a higher premium. Give yourself a year, pay the higher premium, and maybe relocate or do something different. I'm going to sell this place. I'm going to go somewhere else. This is going to be somebody else's problem. But instead, you went all this time, you knew, the government knew that the risk was high. The insurance companies was trying to charge more money and they were giving these same reasons. You see this shit burning down because it was the same reasons that the insurance companies were saying, this is reason why we need to up the insurance premiums. And you're telling us that we can't, because when it comes down to an $8 billion loss, we got to at least be able to put ourselves in a position to recover. Now, here's the slick shit. The middle class and the lower class who may have not had insurance, guess what they're talking about? Governor Newsom out there is saying, well, we're going to kind of do what Hawaii did. I'm talking to my Hawaii people now, and we're going to talk to some developers. And we're going to see if we can get some of these people paid. Do you know how he virtual signaled? Do you know this is the slickest man? This is the same man that said, I'm on the phone right now with the president. Oh, yeah. And the lady was like, well, let me talk to the president. Oh, hold on. Let me slick my hair back a little bit. Let me show you my shiny teeth. Hold on. My bad. I just lost connection. Lying ass motherfucker. This is the same guy that's doing the same play that they did in Hawaii. Took people's property because they seen the risk. If they lose the property, we'll cash their ass out, buy them and let them go off, and we'll redevelop the area, and a $2 million piece of property will now turn into a $10 million property. Why is your governor making comments like he's making right now if he ain't lightweight whispering the truth out loud? Explain to me why he's talking about developers coming in, redoing the areas in getting these people paid off, and we'll redevelop the areas. We'll get these people some money so they can, be good. No, that's the same thing as saying what we're going to do is we're going to get these black folks out these communities and we're going to beautificate. We're going to do that beautification thing and we're going to up the value of the properties. Cincinnati built a stadium to do it. Sometimes the inevitable is going to happen. The fire. How is it the insurance companies knew that something like this, they already knew something like this could happen, so they pulled out. They didn't try to pull out. They actually tried to do good. They tried to do the people right. Well, we're going to have to charge more because we got to put ourselves in a position where not if this happens, but when this happens. So ask yourself, why didn't those people have coverage? It's not because they couldn't afford it. It's because it was taken away from them. And now guess what's happening? See, you use rich people because they already know if you start talking about rich people, most people don't care nothing about rich people. So all that rich people talk shit, the poor people, the people that just barely made it, get buried under all that conversation. And the same people that y'all think suffer, not suffering, be suffering the most by bad policies. Let me go to the phone line. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, what's up, Wyatt?
Hey, what's going on, twin? What's on your mind? Thanks for holding, bro. You've been holding for a while.
You good, you good, Wyatt. You good. I know they on there like, man, he don't know what he's talking about.
I know that. I never do know what I'm talking about.
I know you good. You good. I was waiting for you to bring it up and that thing. Yeah, they was bogus for that. They knew it was coming. They knew it was coming. They was talking about Hawaii for a minute, then they shut that down and look at California now. So, man, government, man, I swear. It is what it is. Yeah, why drive like an hour or two if you want a decent room in a decent pay rate?
Well, I mean,
When you
yeah,
go to
they're gonna
like
tax you wherever you go. It just get a little cheaper.
They gonna
the further
tax you,
go.
but if you want it a little cheaper, you got to drive at least an hour or two to get it for the cheap. Unless you got bread like that, and I'm pretty sure somebody ran their Airbnb out or something like that.
Yeah.
But I tried to get CK, but he was hollering too much. I couldn't understand.
Yeah, he was on one. CK was on one, but it's cool.
But why? Whatever is in that tea, you need to stop.
Why? What happened?
I don't know why you believe that and everything. And
why
you got an
iPhone,
a $3,000 phone and everything.
What are you talking about, twin?
I just don't understand that, man.
Don't understand what?
You believe that when it popped up on your phone.
Oh, about Mike Tomlin?
Duh.
Oh, bro. Okay. Damn, you was just talking about a wildfire. You doing some CK shit. There y'all go. Let me get my other
man, I gotta hurry up because you about to go. I gotta flip the strip, man. Catch up.
No, this kind of regular. This kind of regular, bro. If I had 2 more hours to go in the show, I'd still be lost right now.
I have to get all mine all in one sentence.
All
man.
right, touche. I say, okay, you're right.
I'm dealing with one of my patients and stuff.
You're right. You're right. I did say I was rushing today. You're absolutely right. So now let me. Did you hear the beginning of my story about the Mike Tomlin post? Did you hear it?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Okay, I made a mistake. I made an honest mistake. It popped up on my phone, but I
understand why.
Okay,
I understand.
Okay,
but if I try to get E-Man like that, he's always right. He's never wrong. At least you admit to it. You're a man. E-Man, I don't know. He's sometime. One day he's a Muslim, then he come back as a thug, and he did a good cause yesterday, but I don't know what he gonna do at 3:30. He's unpredictable. If you're watching the show, you know what I'm talking about, though.
I don't know what you're talking about, but okay, I ain't never known him to be no Muslim.
Hey,
bro.
1 minute he come in like he gonna rob somebody. That day you said use him as an example. When you had use him as an example, you robbing a bank and all that. He come in that same day, put a Robin Hood hoodie on. Then next day he come as Assalamu Alaikum.
Okay.
Then yesterday he come in as he had a good cause yesterday, but the other 2 days I just